Hello and welcome back to the slowest sim driving channel on YouTube. We're doing a different kind of video today. This is some stuff I found on a old hard drive. And this is a couple of races that I ran in closed beta back in the day, back in 2017 in fact. Race 1 is just a race. Race 2 is a bit of a bomb. So I'm really looking forward to race 2. As you can see, we're at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. And at this point, the game had just started having multiplayer games. They were really testing the server loads, I think. We were all kind of noobish, getting used to these cars. As you can see, I got dropped very, very early on. As far as differences go, if you look in the top right corner, you'll see that we've got a bit of information there that isn't on the current version of Gran Turismo Sport, as Marco 10 in front of us goes off. He's driving the same car as us, so we'll just try and go around the outside, lose control on the grass, and hoof him off. Sorry about that, Marco. We still got sportsmanship up, so, you know, whatever. Must have been your fault. Also, lap counters in the bottom left now. Jate Weight is off there in the grass. Yeah, so there were a few differences to the UI for a start. Another thing that was very different is on the left, on the tower, you'll see that the times don't really update as much as they do now in Gran Turismo Sport, so they really made a good change with that. Hi, Mix Matt. You're off making sandcastles. We are gaining places hand over fist at the moment, and not because we can keep up, just because other people can't stay on. It's like there's some sort of trouble going ahead, bit of a melee, which is allowing us to catch up with this group. 3.5 seconds at last interval, we gain a second between sectors there, so that's great. Gotta be really, really careful through here. A little too early on the power and too much curb. Lost a little bit of advantage there. Plus within 1.704, so we're still not within slipstream radius. That's okay. I don't know how many of these guys are still playing. I hope it's all of them. That would be great. Top at Shed, a fellow Brit right behind us in a Nissan GTR. I think he was thinking about having a look there. Nordschleife, not a track I know particularly well, to be honest. I know I should, it's iconic, but unfortunately my memory doesn't stretch that far. A little too much there, bit of a back end wiggle, push top out Shed back on our tail again. This car really, the Mitsubishi Evo, you've probably seen from the intro there, really did rotate very, very well at this point in the game's life. I don't think it's quite as nimble as it used to be. We're catching up to the Spaniard here. Insolent. Oh, we've got somebody off. Like a vet. Oh, well, lucky Joyce, not so lucky today, it would seem. So up to 9th from 13th, that's pretty good. Oh, but then we take a bit of a hoof in. Makes us wiggle around all over the place. Really distracts me, and I just... You know, I'm not ready for that guy messing up that corner. He then comes back and swings back into me. I don't think that was intentional. I'm pretty sure that was just a bit of an issue on his side. I get a sportsmanship down. That's probably for rear-ending him. I guess I probably deserve that. Big accident up ahead allows us to catch up. The Spaniard. I thought I was past him. I did think I was past him. Take a penalty there, lose loads of space, places. You know, I probably deserve that. And then we're off, we're trying to catch up again. Next car's over 6 seconds behind us, we've got a nice buffer. So we're going to try and catch up with that Nissan, driven by Top Hat Shed once more. As you can see, everybody in front suddenly has an accident. Everybody. Accidents ahoy. puts us back into 10th. That guy there, I don't know if he broke early or I broke late. Either way, balance of my car was all off at that point. I had to compose myself, get on with it. Let's crack on. Somebody's having an accident up ahead. And somebody's ghosting through me. So, too much commitment from him. See you later. Really was just focused on trying to get past that Merc at this point. I do love to beat that Merc. It is such a strong car. Always feel like a victory when you overtake one. As you can see earlier, all I could manage to do was rear-end him. Not really plan A. We're a long way around the circuit now as well. We're in that jumbly sort of bit right before you get to the long straight. So not much in the way of overtaking opportunities. Hopefully someone might bin it in front of us. Somebody's certainly having some adventures there in the gravel. Sportsmanship rating up. That's because we haven't had any kind of contact with other cars, and then we've got a bit of a excursion. I don't think the penalty system was too strict at this point when it came to offs, so that's all good. Again, somebody there really enjoying the gravel, and it's the Merc. And there's a vet. Seemed to actually get tangled up in for a moment. Oops. And then the front wheels leave the ground, and that's a bit of an accident. But 8th place, I'm happy with that. You know, say we started, what was it, 13th? 11th, I don't remember. Either way, I'm happy with that. If we can hold it, because that Corvette is all over us. We get a bit of a nudge there. And that's too much commitment. I almost feel like he wanted to try and take me out there. Maybe if he was feeling upset about earlier when we kind of crash welded for a moment. Now, as you can see, we've got an Alfa Romeo up ahead. It's something very small, whatever it is. Can we get in the slipstream? Does the Evo have the power? Come on! That's feet to the floor, pedaling as fast as I can. The race is already over, you know, we're not going to win it. We're half a minute plus behind the first place car, but we are gaining here. We're gaining, we have a slipstream. Can we hold it into this final sector? That was beautiful, but can we slow the car down in time? Yes, oh, but unfortunately, this guy is way later on the brakes. A smaller, lighter car and all that. I was thinking about having a look there, but no. And that is it. That is that's the earliest race I had saved. That was pretty good. 6th place. I'm happy with that. And of course we beat the Mercedes, so that's what's really important. Just wish I could have overtaken him on track rather than him bin it like that, but you know, these sort of things happen. Now the second race I wanted to share with you, Dragon Trail. This is about a month and a half later in the development cycle. We're still in the closed beta. As you can see, we've moved from numbers to letters on the sponsorship rating. I managed to qualify my GTR Group 4 in 5th place, which I was fairly happy with. 2, 1, go! And we are off. Now, if you've seen my channel, you know that I really like this track. I really get on with it. Unfortunately, at this point, I wasn't very good at it, to be honest, and yeah, that's really going to come through in this race when I miss every single apex. We take a bit of a shunt there, that's fine. Apparently it's our fault, but hey, never mind. And the guy behind us there just wipes himself out. I don't know what happened there. Never mind. But we're up a place. We got a great run into this corner. That Mercedes again in front. Well, that's a different Mercedes, but me and Mercedes, it's a rivalry. Yeah, coming through these corners these days, it's like pedal to the metal, you know, ride the curves all the way. Back then, none of us really knew what we were doing. But hey. Oh, and there's a bit of an accident. Hi there. So it's just me and the Mercs up front. Nobody for miles. We can't see anybody in the wing mirror. You've got to be brave on the brakes just here. A second, we take a shunt from behind, which actually pushes us into first. I, for some reason, lose sportsmanship rating. And into the chicane of death. Okay, I stopped talking there so you could listen to the engine. There was no bravery there. I had no idea I'd take that turn, take that chicane properly. These days, it's foot down, aim for the wall, hope for the best. Back then, it was panic central. So a Merc comes to our outside. What we can do about that? Just try and hold in to the corner. End up drifting out a little bit wider than I expected. One Merc drops back, one heads ahead of us. So this becomes a one-on-one dogfight. Us and KTMLC 4640. Our man in Germany. A lot of German drivers in this field, apparently. That would be interesting if it was interesting. So we made a lot of time up here in this part of the track last time. This time though, our Merc opponent has a much better run through there. All we can do is try and keep him close, hope for the best. We go purple in the first sector, which is great. Probably helped by the slipstream and from the car in front. That's a much better line through there. Far more committed now. Gives us a good run down to this corner just before the chicane of death. He covers us off, so we go to the outside. Oh, super aggressive. Can we get later on the brakes? We cannot. That's his corner. It seemed like his corner, but then he brakes and just turns into us. Clearly frustrated, he hammers on the throttle and bottles it. I'm still really cautious through this chicane. So I don't really know what happened there. I don't think I caused a spin. Certainly not. I think that was sheer frustration on his part that caused a spin. As for the initial impact, felt like a racing incident to me. If you think different, make sure you post it in the comments. I always love to hear other sides of the story. Across the line, we take our fastest lap, which is fantastic. And you know, to the guy behind us, there is a 4-second gap. So this is like the most commanding I'd ever been at this point. I know a 1:58.012 isn't a particularly fast lap these days, but I was happy with it. You know, we're here in the lead. If you listen now to the engine, I'll stop talking a moment, you'll hear I'm actually getting off the power early before the corners. It's like, well, you've got a 4-second lead. Why ruin it? The guy behind us has already taken a second out of us. You know, we're in driving like a nun mode. It would be nice to try and dominate the pack, but at the same time, I just don't want to bin it like an idiot. Why give up the win? The chap who spun, by the way, into the Mercedes, I don't see him on the top 8, so I don't know if perhaps he's quit in disgust or what. But never mind. These things happen. A little bit more confidence in chicane of death this time, a little bit more on the throttle, but really not a lot. You know, if you're not confident through there, you're not fast through there. And at this point, I was not fast through there. If you watch the first Race to Controller Wars series, I am quite fast through there now. About to start the final lap. So at this point we'll be able to have a look at the split times between ourselves and first place. No, we're first place. I'm at second place. We're off second out on our purple time, and it's a nice 4-second gap again to second. So if we can just drive like a nun where there's corners that might trip us up, and drive flat out everywhere else, this should be fine. I say should. Plenty of chance for this to go wrong. This is me behind the wheel. You know what happens when I get behind the wheel. Things tend to go a little bit awry. Come on, just nurse it home. We're purple again in that first sector, this time without a tow, so maybe, just maybe, we can get an even faster lap. Second place only took 1/4 of a second out of us that time. Which to say with the fastest first sector, that's... He must be motoring. Absolutely motoring and catching us. Perhaps I should now do the Christian Horner foot wobble. And we head to the chicane of death for the final time. Again, we're even more purple than we were last time. We're getting purpler and purpler. The guy behind us has dropped back. This is ours. Don't bin it now. When I watched this video through for the first time, when I found out what it was, I didn't even notice that Mercedes disappeared from the leaderboard. I wasn't too upset. Can we beat our time? Foot to the floor. 158.012 to beat. Have we mastered the chicane of death just a little bit more? No, we haven't. What we have done, though, is won. And that was great, because that was closed beta. So, no, it looks like KTMLC quit rather than try to fight back. Oh, well, never mind. If you're still playing, if you're watching this video, I don't think that was my fault, but if you think it was my fault, you know, get in touch. We'll talk it through. Thanks for watching these old races. Like if you like. Really subscribe, please, because subscribing really gets me motivated to record and upload. I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.